Leading off the first inning for Woodstock, the shortstop, number 53, Ryan Calder.
Oh, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to McMillan Park, site of the OBA's A Division, and we got a good one here today. This is an elimination game between the Thorold Anchors and the Woodstock Nationals. I didn't want to mess that one up. Woodstock Nationals, right on. Thanks for joining us. It's the top of the first inning, and we got Ben Dobrowolski on the mound for Thorold. This is their number 2 guy, and has been their number 2 guy for the better part of the season. Ben's worked himself into a regular spot in this Anchors rotation, and he's facing the shortstop, Ryan Calder, to lead things off here. We'll bring you the starting lineup for Woodstock in between batters as Ryan cranks one into left. Going back, and it's going to chase Drew Timlock to the wall. Cruising into second base with a leadoff double is Ryan Calder, kicking things off for Woodstock here this afternoon.
The second baseman, number 2, Tyler Mead.
And with that, we will bring you the starting lineup. No time for fancy lineups today. That's not what the OBAs are all about. This is bang action from start to finish. So Ryan Calder leading things off with a double there. Taylor Nee behind him. Ryan Hartig is batting third and in center fielder. Ben Ficht is at third base. Derek Neeb, I assume they're related. Left field, Bailey Ficht, also assume related to his brother Ben, is at first. Bailey Davis, starting pitcher, and at seventh tonight, Mitch Vandershort, is catching, and then Craig Mindel is in right field, number 8, rounding out the lineup for Woodstock this afternoon. Again, both teams trying to avoid an early exit from these OBAs. It's the first elimination game. There's another one going on as well down the road. On the ground, the third baseman this afternoon is Dan Smith, and he goes across the diamond in time to get Tony Neeb one down.
Center fielder, number 36, Ryan Hartig.
So Ryan Calder moves to third on the ground out, and there's one down now. Ryan Hartig, the center fielder. Fouls off the first pitch. See, I'm so used to streaming baseball here in Niagara. It's my first look at a lot of these teams coming from out of town. And Woodstock is one of those teams that I'm excited to be able to get a view of here. They lost their opener last night to the Niagara Falls Expos pretty decisively. That one a 17-4 final. Expos have been putting on a clinic offensively so far. 30 runs in 2 wins. This one's shot, and it's tailing foul down the left side. And no, it's gone. That one stays fair. And it's a 2-run bomb for Ryan Hartig. Nationals on the board here in the top of the first. Off the bat, I thought that one was going to get foul. It just stayed true down the left field line and gets up and out of McMillan Park.
Third baseman, number 10, Ben Fight.
So 2-0 Nationals, top of the first. And Ben Ficht will stand in. Ben is at third base this afternoon. There's a shot on the ground. Ryan Daly's playing short today for the Anchors, and he fires in time to get Ficht one down. Or sorry, two down now.
Left fielder, number 50, Derek Mead.
So this inning's going by pretty quickly so far. There's a shot for a strike. Ben Dobrowolski's pitching pretty fast here to start things off. That one's in there again, strike 2. This is Derek Neeb. He's wearing number 50 for Woodstock today. And he cuts through, strike 3. Krasulja's gonna have to, no he doesn't, he tags up to retire the side. So a 2-run blast off the bat of Ryan Hartig has the Nationals up 2-0 as we make our way to the bottom of the first. Stick with us through the break, more action from McMillan Park when we come back.
Leading off the first inning for the Anchors, shortstop, number 93, Ryan Daly.
Hey there, so welcome back everyone to the bottom of the first inning. 2-0 Nationals lead the Thorold Anchors. And the home squad will take the sticks for the first time this afternoon. This is Ryan Daly leading things off. And we'll bring you the Anchors starting lineup in between batters here. Try to decipher it for you anyways. That one is past the catcher.
It's just a giant batter.
Daly came onto the Thorold Anchors roster pretty late in the season. Of course, he was a staple on this club. And they missed him up until the point where he came back. He's filling that hole at short as reliably as he once did. They're just waiting for his bat to come around and regain form. Throw home from Bailey is wide, 2-2. This is an elimination game. Win or go home for both of these teams, and you don't want to see your OBAs come to an end early. There's a shot there from Bailey, missing again. Full count. Waiting on the payoff pitch, Bailey to Ryan Daly to go home, and he got him. Strike 3.
That's okay. I'll put one up.
So Daly cut down for out number 1. Bannershot doing a good job to snag that baseball. And now we'll bring you the starting lineup right after this pitch to Dylan Dempsey is in the dirt ball 1. I'll try to decipher this for you best I can. This is the picture that I got of the Thorold Anchors lineup today. So that's Ryan Daly leading things off in at shortstop. DD is Dylan Dempsey, second baseman who you're watching right now. Drew Timlock is in left field. And then you got Dan Smith at third, Kevin Hasty at first, back from a concussion. Dan Bocastine in center fielder. Nick Schwab is DHing. And then Cole or Tony there. They chose Tony Brown to go in right field. And then Jules, that's Daniel Krasulja, taking his spot behind home plate today. There's a shot away, and it's 3-0 on Dempsey. Bailey Davis, the starter for the Nationals today. Loses Dempsey on 4 pitches, so the Anchors have a man aboard.
The left fielder, number 26, Drew Timlock.
So here's Drew Timlock now, number 26, playing left field today. Cuts on that one for strike 1. That one gets away from Davis, and Dempsey's going to be held up at first base. Anchors in a 2-0 hole already. 2-run shot by Ryan Hartig of the Woodstock Nationals in the top of the first. Timlock pops up. This is going to get backhand out of play. Timlock got a pretty big promotion in this Anchors lineup from the last time that we saw this team play. Looks like they swapped Timlock and Tony Brown in the lineup. So a different look could help them out today. They're looking to produce some runs. Thorold got beat out 11-6 yesterday to their fellow NDBA compatriots, the Beamsville Yellow Jackets, who we'll see in the 3 o'clock game against the Ivy Rangers. Rangers won their game today 4-2. On the ground and up the middle, that'll be a base hit. Going first to third, Dylan Dempsey. And it's a 1-out single for Drew Timlock to get the Anchors crowd ignited here this afternoon.
Third baseman, number 29, Dan Smith.
So 1-out now, Dan Smith stands in. Dan's at third base today. And he takes the first pitch strike from Davis. Dan batted .238 in the regular season for the Thorold Anchors, 42 at-bats. Thinks about that one, and they're going to check on him. He holds up. 1-1 on Smith. Kevin Hasty, the first baseman, waits on deck. Smith cranks that one to the backstop. Foul. Got 2 more games on the docket after this one today. The Beamsville Yellow Jackets taking on the Ivy Rangers at 3, and then the Niagara Falls Expos at 7:30 with their opponent TBD. Strike 3 called. Dan Smith rung up. Second out here in the first.
The first baseman, number 44, Kevin Hasty.
So here we go, 2 down now. Runners are at first and third, and Kevin Hasty stands in. Takes a first pitch strike. Kevin's been out of action for a little while. He's dealing with a little bit of a concussion issue. And he was saving himself for exactly this weekend. This is the one everyone comes out for. And Hasty rocks that one into left field, the base hit. And to score, Dylan Dempsey, and the Anchors are on the board here in their game 2 of the OBAs.
Center fielder, number 20, Dan Bokesty.
Yeah.
So a good piece of clutch hitting there from Kevin Hasty as he drives in first run of the game for the Anchors. 2-1 now for the Nationals. The runners are at first and second now. This is Dan Bokestein, the center fielder. That one cut on and missed by Bokestein. Dan batted .308 in the regular season. 3 RBI. He had 3 triples as well to lead his club. Dan's got a good set of wheels, and he gets rung up there. Strike 3. Down on 3 pitches goes Bokestein. The Anchors tack on a run. They cut the deficit in half. 2-1 as we go to the top of the second. Stick with us through the break. So welcome back everyone to the top of the second inning, 2-1 Woodstock. As Ben Dobrowolski gets set for inning number 2. Woodstock enjoying a 2-1 lead thanks to a 2-run shot by Ryan Hartig in that last inning. Otherwise, a pretty clean inning for Ben Dobrovolsky. There's a shot in there for a strike. In the dirt, 2-1. Ben pitched well in his first full season in an Anchors uniform. Draws a walk there.
The pitcher number 12, Bailey Davis.
So for the second time already this afternoon, leadoff man aboard for Woodstock. As they look to build on a 2-1 lead. This is the pitcher, Bailey Davis, standing in. Lots of fans on hand to take this one in this afternoon. The hometown Thorold Anchors so graciously hosting this tournament. There's also action going on in Niagara Falls right now between the Woodsley Orioles and Mitchell Astros. The winner of that one will face the winner of this one at 7 o'clock in Fort Erie. Again, there's an awful lot of stuff to shake out here today. We got a full day of baseball on the docket. Little chopper, and that'll drop foul. Ben Dobrovolsky ahead 0-2. To go home. And he got him. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the afternoon for Dobrovolsky. One down here in the second.
The catcher number 13, Mitch Vandershot.
So now here comes the number 8 man. This is Mitch Vandershot, the catcher. And he takes the first pitch into center field. Coming on and making the grab, Dan Bocastine, 2 down.
Right fielder number 8, Craig Mindel.
So here's the bottom of the order now for Woodstock. This is Craig Mindel. Craig's in right field this afternoon. And he takes the first pitch deep to left. Going back and making the grab, Drew Timlock to end the inning. So the leadoff man gets aboard, and the Nationals leave him stranded. 2-1. The visiting team leads as we head to the bottom half. Stick with us through the break. More action from McMillan Park.
for Nick Schwab.
Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom of the second inning here. Live coverage from McMillan Park of the game between the Thorold Anchors and Woodstock Nationals. It's an elimination game here this afternoon. Lose and you go home for both of these teams. Of course, nobody wants to go 2-0 here in the OBAs. Breaking ball there from Davis. Falls a bit outside. It's 2-0 here to Nick Schwab, who's leading things off here. Pop back from Schwab. This is foul. Coming on, Ben Fick, the third baseman, and he was not agile enough to make that grab. Schwab takes that one upstairs. 3-1 now, sorry, to Nick Schwab, who's DHing this afternoon. Broken bat. And that one's going to flop in. Past the outside diving glove of Tony Neve. It's a base hit for Nick Schwab to lead things off here in the second. Neve's going to take a minute to just recover on that one. That was a fully outstretched dive.
The right fielder, number 25, Tony Brown.
So, looking to keep the show on the road here. Tony Brown stands in. And the catcher, Vandershot, just going to come out and talk game plan with his pitcher, Bailey Davis. Nationals clinging to a 2-1 lead. And again, it's not really ideal, but you lose this game and your OBAs are over after just 2 games. Another elimination game again happening right down the road. In Niagara Falls, Mitchell Astros taking on the Woodsley Orioles. And the winner of that one will take on the winner of this one later on today in Fort Erie. So Brown tries to bunt over and he fouls it back. That one's popped foul as well. Quickly 0-2 on Tony Brown. Brown hit .238 in the regular season, 42 at bats. He also drove in 6 runs. It's the 0-2 from Bailey Davis. Poked into left side, a base hit. Anchors first 2 pulling up here in the second inning.
The catcher, number 4, Daniel Perjulia.
So now here comes the number 9 man, it's Dan Krasulja. Runners are at first and second, nobody down for the Anchors here. Little bunt. The play's got to go down to first, and it does. Good one laid down there by the catcher, Krasulja. The sack bunt moves him along.
The shortstop, number 93, Ryan Daly.
a couple runners now in scoring position. And we got a 2-1 ball game. One down, and it's the leadoff man, Ryan Daly. Struck out first time through the lineup. Fired by Davis. Outside, 2-0. This is on the ground. First baseman makes the play, and he's going to walk the runner back. Schwab's got to be careful now. So a good play by Bailey Fike to retire Ryan Daly. There are 2 down now in the inning.
The second baseman, number 15, Dylan Dempsey.
So 2 outs now, and here comes Dylan Dempsey, the second baseman. He's already walked and scored in this one. Again, we're broadcasting from the booth here at... It can be a busy place to be at times. On the ground by Dempsey, and back up the middle, a base hit. In to score Nick Schwab. Here comes Tony Brown in behind him. Dylan Dempsey's given his team the lead in the bottom of the second. Make it 3-2 Anchors.
The left fielder, number 26, Drew Timlock.
So that, I would say, is the second clutch hit of the game for the Anchors. Kevin Hasty came up with a clutch RBI single already in this game, and now Dylan Dempsey does the same thing with 2 outs, drives in a pair more runs, and it's a 3-2 Thorold Anchors lead here in the bottom of the second. Looking to avoid a 2-and-out are both of these teams. On the ground, foul down the left side, just. Timlock turned on that one and nearly squeezed it between the first baseman and the bag. Drew's 1 for 1 already this afternoon, singled in the first. On the ground. It is the first baseman over there. And that's Bailey Fike. Makes the play and ends the inning. So the Anchors tack on 2 more. They'll lead it 3-2 as we make our way to the third inning. Stick with us through the break. We'll be right back.
Ryan Calder.
Welcome back, everyone, to the top of the third inning. Game here between the Thorold Anchors and Woodstock Nationals. And it's the first pitch in there down low from Ben Dobrowolski. It's been pretty efficient his first time through the lineup. Just 2 hits and a walk, a couple of strikeouts. Just a tad inside there. And it's 2-0 on the leadoff man, Ryan Calder. Started this game off with a double. Scored on the 2-run shot by Ryan Hartig 2 batters later. That one's in there for a strike, 2-1. That one bounces in, 3-1. Ben picked up 16 strikeouts in his 24 innings of work this season. Worked on a couple of things this year with the Anchors and really started to come on towards the end of the year. And there, strike 2. In his last start, he pitched 1 1/3 scoreless against the league-leading Welland Pioneers. His best outing all year came against the Beamsville Yellow Jackets. Inside, ball 4. He loses the leadoff man, second walk issued by Dobrowolski this afternoon.
The second baseman, number 2, Tyler Neeb.
It's going to be a busy day here from Thorold. We got another one coming at you this afternoon, a 3 o'clock start. Beamsville Yellow Jackets taking on the Ivy Rangers. And then we'll have the nightcap for you, Expos against TBD. In the dirt. This is Tony Neeb, the second baseman. Outstretched for one and was a little bit shaken up in that last inning. He didn't come down with the baseball, but he made a good play nonetheless. Runner going, he got a good jump. That one gets past Krasulja anyways. It's a stolen base for Ryan Calder. First stolen base for Woodstock this afternoon. Two and 0 now on Neeb. And he cranks that one down the third baseline and into the corner. Rounding third and in to score is Calder. He'll do so easily. Holding up at first base with an RBI single is Tony Neeb. Make it 3-3 now. In the top of the third.
Center fielder, number 36, Ryan Hartig.
So now here comes Ryan Hartig for the second time this afternoon. He got this game going with a 2-run shot in the top of the first. Give his team a 2-0 lead at the time. Woodstock was part of that big loss, or rather big win by the Expos yesterday. 17-4 final. Said they were looking to wash that one away and come back strong here on Saturday. Again, when your back's against the wall, it could be when your best performances come out. They got him hung up, and great move. No, safe. Kevin Hasty making his case. I think that throw was in ahead. The umpires are going to come in and talk about this one. Maybe the home plate umpire got a better look. It was a good move by Dobrowolski, and they got the call right on that one. Overturned, and it's pickoff at first base. One down now in the third. Thorold has a very deceptive move for a right-hander. He's got to throw all the way across his body, and that's not an easy thing to do. On target there. Swing and a miss there. This is Ryan Hartig. Going to be a busy man in center field today, no doubt. Upstairs there from Dobrowolski, 1-1. Thorold Anchors finished 6th in the NDBA. Earned that on the last night of play. Nearly found themselves in the basement once again. Full count to Hartig. The go home is popped up. Coming in, Tony Brown. He's got a beat on it. And he makes the grab for out number 2.
Please top or bottom shelf. Third baseman number 10, Ben Fight.
So 2 down now. Ben Fight stands in the third baseman rather. Should be easy to remember that the Fights are both at first and third, but again, I'm so used to broadcasting from Niagara, and I know all these Niagara boys very well. This is my first look at a lot of these teams from out of town, Woodstock included. Definitely excited to see, though, what Ontario has to offer in terms of talent. Shot. Must have missed inside from Dobrowolski, 1-1. On the ground, Ryan Daly on the 2-hop with plenty of time, fires in time to retire Fight and end the inning. So Woodstock gets one back, tie the ball game 3-3 as we make our way to the bottom of the third. Stick with us through the break. More action from McMillan Park when we come back. Hey, welcome back. Bottom of the third inning. Live coverage here from McMillan Park between the Woodstock Nationals and the Thorold Anchors. 3-3 is the score. Got a good one here today. As Bailey Davis takes on Ben Dobrowolski, head-to-head pitching matchup. It's been a good one. Little dribbler foul off the bat. This is Dan Smith, the third baseman in the cleanup spot today. Dan's 0 for 1 this afternoon, struck out looking back in the first inning.
I got that's no, I only have the ones in the middle. So it's a blue, red, orange, and yellow.
Little chopper over the head of the third baseman fight and a base hit. Fight was playing in a little bit on that one.
Got the bananas.
It pops up over Dan for Dan Smith, a leadoff single.
First baseman number 44, Kevin Hasty.
So man on, nobody down, and Kevin Hasty stands in, and Hasty rocks the first pitch into center field. Going back there for it is Ryan Hartig. He makes the grab, one down. Appreciate you guys bearing with me on some of these calls. I'm not very familiar with some of these out-of-town teams.
Center fielder number 20, Dan Bokenstein.
Yeah.
So here's the number 6 guy. This is Dan Bokenstein, the center fielder, cutting on the first pitch. Shot away, 1-1 on Bokenstein. Bailey's very concerned with Dan Smith over there at first base. He gave him a nice long look over before he fired that pitch in. Chopped foul by Bokenstein. 1 ball, 2 strike. Both teams playing for their OBA lives this afternoon. One, two, the go home from Bailey. Little tapper foul. Good cut by Bokenstein. A nice defensive one. Bokenstein struck out 10 times during the regular season. That's quite a bit considering these guys don't get a lot of at-bats. 1-2 again. Got him. Strike 3. Bo cuts right through it for out number 2.
Designated hitter number 94, Nick Schwab.
So that was the 4th strikeout from Bailey Davis this afternoon in just the 3rd inning. And he got 2 down now for Nick Schwab, the DH. Big cut there from Schwab. Strike 1. Looks like the Anchors are trying to put on a hit and run there or something. Dan Smith kind of looked like he wanted to jump. So Schwab 1 for 1. He singled and scored back in the 2nd inning. That was on the 2-run single by Dylan Dempsey to give his team the lead. Plunks him Looks like that breaking ball just kind of got away from Bailey Davis.
Right fielder, number 25, Tony Brown.
Nevertheless, the inning continues 2 down. Yeah, the runners are now at first and second for Tony Brown. Brown is 1 for 1 already today, singled and scored in the second on that same 2-run double or 2-run single by Dylan Dempsey. First pitch away from Davis. And again, I've only seen these guys today. Again, talking about the Woodstock Nationals. I like so far from Davis how he's able to command his pitches. His sequencing's been really good so far. And he seems to be hitting all of his spots. The catcher's setting up pretty blatantly in the spots where he wants Davis to throw. On that breaking ball there, sat pretty stoic. And he got a strike, 1-1. In the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. And you figure that both teams are probably bringing either their second best or better into this ball game. Again, you don't want to be the team that goes 2-0 at the OBAs. This is the big tournament everyone preps for all season. Guys come out of the woodwork, maybe a little injured, but you're not injured enough to be injured for OBAs. Chopper foul, and it's 2-2 now on Tony Brown. Tony's been on the show a couple of times, actually. Friend of the stream. 2-2. Got him. Strike 3. Brown just waves at that breaking ball. 5th K of the afternoon for Bailey Davis. Ends the 3rd inning. We're still tied from McMillan Park. Top 4 when we come back. Stick with us through the break. Hey, welcome back, baseball fans, to the top of the 4th inning. 3-3, Nationals and Anchors sit right now in this elimination game from the OBAs. We got action in the Woodstock bullpen right now. No specs on anybody, so we're not sure who it is. It's Ben Dobrowolski back on the hill. And he starts off this inning with a strike to Derek Neeb, the left fielder. Struck out swinging his first time up. That was to end the 1st inning. Pops him up here. Ryan Daly calls off Dan Smith. Makes the grab.
First baseman number 48, Bailey Fight.
So So quickly one down here in the fourth, and now Bailey Fike will stand in. Made a couple good plays over at first base this afternoon. Keeping his team in it. That pitch down and in for ball one. We had a good one this morning. Niagara Falls Expos taking down the Clarington Cubs 13-6. That advances Niagara Falls to the 7:30 game, so I imagine they have already punched a ticket to Sunday, just based on how the rest of this works out. Yeah, they have. They'll play no matter what at 10 a.m. on Sunday in the semifinals. This one popped into center field, and it's going to drop in front of Dan Bocastina, base hit. So Bailey 1-for-1 with a walk, and he puts the Nationals on the board. Puts the Nationals on the board here in the top of the fourth. One down now for Bailey Davis, the pitcher. Hitting for himself today. No DH on the scorecard for the Nationals. Runner is holding. Chopper down to first. Hasty bobbles, so he'll just touch up the bag. Two down now in the top of the fourth.
The catcher, number 13, Mitch Vandershot.
Now, if you paid close attention there, Kevin Hasty a little bit upset with himself at bobbling that one. It could have been two. Especially given the speed of the runners down the base paths. It could be that Bailey Davis knew he was already cooked, but he didn't exactly hustle down the first baseline. Two outs now. Mitch Vandershot, the catcher, with a runner at second base. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Now we're seeing our first Beamsville players rolling in here. Beamsville Yellow Jackets and Ivy Rangers kicking off at probably 3:30 today, given the half an hour delay we had from the first game. This one's just eclipsed the hour mark. Top four. One and one on Vandershot, and he pops him up. That's gonna land right in the glove of Ryan Daly for out number 3. So just the one hit for the Nationals, in that half inning. Still tied at 3 as we go to the bottom half of the fourth, second half of the ball game when we come back. Stick with us through the break.
The catcher, number 4, Daniel Perjulia.
Welcome back, baseball fans. Bottom 4, 3-3 game. A good ball game shaping up here between the Woodstock Nationals and the Thorold Anchors. Saw the first pitch sail in on the catcher, Daniel Krasulja. And fans, just a reminder that today's game is brought to you by the Thorold Community Credit Union. Just flash that on the screen for you quickly. And we thank all of our sponsors for the 2023 season. We give a big hand to those guys. Shot in there for strike 1. Bailey's back out for inning number 4. Both these guys, it's Bailey Davis and Ben Dobrowolski going toe-to-toe this afternoon. Locked into a 3-3 ball game. Cut on in and miss. Strike 2 to Krasulja. Who sacrifice bunted his first time up. Krasulja on the regular season batted .333 in 21 at-bats. The 1-2 is cranked down the left side, a base hit. Krasulja with a piece of 2-strike hitting to emulate.
The shortstop, number 93, Ryan Daly.
He's got the Anchors aboard here in the top of the 4th, nobody down. And they're turning the lineup over. This is Ryan Daly. Daly 0 for 2 this afternoon. Bring you some of the out-of-town scores. The Fort Erie Cannons won their battle with New Lowell today, 6-4. They'll take on the Tecumseh Thunder in their next game. Josh Kadarian tossed 8 innings in the win. Cannons putting away New Lowell in extra innings. So good on them. Daly takes a pitch away, and it's 2-0 on him. This is an elimination game here from McMillan Park at 12 o'clock, or 12:30 rather start. Supposed to get underway at 12 o'clock today, but we have a little bit of a delay with that first game taking a little bit longer. On the ground, the shortstop to the second for 1, and they can't get Daly. That was a good play over there by Ryan Calder, the shortstop, to grab that one on the slide.
Second baseman, number 15, Dylan Dempsey.
So leadoff man cut down, 1 down now for Dylan Dempsey. Couple of RBI for Dempsey. He sends the ball deep to left center, going back, and it's going to plop in between the fielders. Daly's around second into third, sliding safely into second base is Dylan Dempsey with a 1-out double. Man's 2 for 2 today.
Left fielder, number 26, Drew Dimlock.
Going to be a little meeting on the mound now, and it could be the end of the day here for Bailey Davis. So we got a pitching change. It looks like Ryan Calder is coming into the ball game for the Woodstock Nationals. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back once everyone gets all warm. Stick with us. All right, we're all set to resume play here. We got one out in the bottom of the fourth, and runners are on second and third. Drew Timlock stands in and will be the first to face the former shortstop. This is Ryan Calder. A couple of defensive changes to unpack here for the Nationals. So Calder moves from shortstop to pitcher, and then we got Ryan Hartig moving from center field to shortstop, and then the pitcher, Bailey Davis, moving from pitcher to center field. So nice tight bow of defensive changes there for Woodstock. We also got an out-of-town score update. Pioneers improving to 2-0 in the B Division tournament with a 4-2 win over the Milton Orioles. Scott Cole, Mark Yaroslawski, and Blake Cower all with RBIs in the win, and Juan Cisnero picks up the win. On the ground, going up the middle and through a base hit. In to score, Ryan Daly. Right behind him, Dylan Dempsey. Make it 5-3 Anchors in the bottom of the fourth. 2 RBI single. Off the bat of Drew Timlock.
Third baseman, number 29, Van Smith.
So looking to keep it going now. This is the third baseman, Dan Smith. Smith's 1 for 2 this afternoon, a single and a strikeout. Takes the first pitch in for strike one. So that one's on the feet of the catcher, and everyone's going to hold. Everyone being Drew Timlock at first base. The go home is just a bit outside. 2 balls and a strike now on Dan Smith. Both teams fighting for their OBA lives here today. Popped him up. It's the third baseman, Ben Fike, who makes the grab for out number 2.
First baseman, number 44, Kevin Hasty.
So 2 outs now. Kevin Hasty stands in. RBI single for Kevin already this afternoon. 1 for 2. And he takes the first pitch away, ball 1. Anchors lead at 5-3 now. 2 RBI single by Drew Timlock in this half inning. Got a score update from down the road. Oh, as Hasty pops up and back out of play. It looks like the Woodsley Orioles are going to advance. Mitchell Astros knocked out. I hear that one's 11-0 the final. We'll get confirmation. 11-1 the final, sorry. And we'll get confirmation on that once the OBA schedule is updated. But for now, that is tentatively the score from Niagara Falls. Breaking ball falls in for strike 2. 1-2 now on Hasty. The go home is on the ground. Ben Fike. He's got to go across the diamond, and he does so in time to get Kevin Hasty in the inning. So the Anchors tack on 2 runs and take a 5-3 lead in the bottom of the fourth. Top 5 when we come back from McMillan Park. Stick with us through the break. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Top of the 5th inning now. Ben Dobrowolski back on the hill for Thorold in this half inning. He's got a 5-3 lead to work with now. He'll face Craig Mendel, Ryan Calder, and Tony Neeb, the 9-1-2 batters for Woodstock in this half inning. It's lose or go home for both of these teams. And we do have our first elimination of this OBA A division. Mitchell Astros sent home packing after just 2 games. That one is down and in. 1-1 on Mendel. Or Mendel? There's a shot from Dobrowolski, swing and a miss. Strike 2. On the ground, charging Dan Smith. He's going to try to barehand it, and he doesn't have a play. Bit of a juggle there
The
from
pitcher, number
Smith
53, Ryan Calder.
as he tried to make a spectacular play. And it'll go E5 on the score sheet. So now it's the top of the order again for Woodstock, and it's Ryan Calder. Started the game at short, and he's now the pitcher. It's 1 for 1 this afternoon, a couple of runs scored. Down and in, that's going to get past Krasulja. And it'll allow Craig Mendel to step up 90 feet. Runner on second now, nobody out. Nationals down 5-3. Trying to draw back here in the 5th. The 2-0 from Dobrowolski. On the ground. Daly's got a play on the 2-hopper. He's going to look back the runner. Now they got him hung up at third. Throw across from Hasty is a good one. And safe is the call. Close play over at third base. And some good heads-up base running by Craig Mendel. Aaron McInnes is going to come out and appeal this one. See if maybe he can get an overturn. He's going to have a chat with the base umpire now. It's a good throw by Hasty. It was right on the money. I thought maybe he could have zipped it just a little bit more. So nothing brought about on the appeal. But now the Woodstock coach out to chat as well. I'm just going to have a look at this off to the side here. See if I can see anything on the throw. Oh boy, that's close. That is real close. The throw appears to be on time. It's just a matter now of whether the tag is applied. So it looks like the runner's going to stay safely at third for the time being. Too tough to overturn there, but yikes. Oof, even from my angle, it looks like he got him. I'll tell you, we'll get to video review here one day, but for now, I don't think we can use that as an official angle. Ball in the dirt. So this is Tony Neeb now, the second baseman, batting second today. Still 5-3, anchors runner at third, 1 down here, top 5. Go home is driven into center field and in front of Bocastine, a base hit. In to score, Craig Mendel. Make it 5-4. Anchors here, top 5.
Now batting the shortstop number 36, Ryan Hartig.
So RBI single for Tony Neeb, his second hit as such of the day. And we got a 1-run ball game once again here. That one's down and away, ball 1 to Ryan Hartig. Ryan is at shortstop now. He started the game in center field. He's 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run. That was way back in the first inning. Throw down to first. Not a bad idea. Dobrowolski's already got a pickoff today. There's a shot. Not sure where that one missed, but it does. 2-0. Go home again. Is down away once more. 3-0. Action in the Thorold bullpen now as Dobrowolski loses Hardig.
The third baseman number 10, Ben Fight.
Runners are at first and second now. There is still one out as Ben Fight stands in. Yeah, there's going to be a meeting on the mound here. I did mention some action in the Thorold bullpen for the first time today. And it looks like that's it for the youngster. Ben Dobrowolski getting the cheering section from the Thorold Anchors as he steps off the mound. A solid 4 1/3 innings today. We got a pitching change from McMillan Park. We'll take a short break when we come back.
At bat for Woodstock. Number 10, Ben Fight.
Hey, welcome back, baseball fans. We're still in the top of the 5th inning. There's one out, and Dalton Precision is taking over on the mound for Ben Dobrowolski. Solid 4 1/3 for Ben today. And he's kept his team in this ball game for sure. Precision in his first season as a Thorold anchor pitched 14 1/3 innings and gave up 10 earned runs for a 4.88 ERA. Note his 16 strikeouts in those innings. Dalton can toss, but those 10 walks also kind of glare off the page at you. It's down 2-0 to Ben Fike here, his first batter. And Fike takes that one deep to left field, going back and watching it sail over the fence. It is Drew Timlock as Ben Fike cranks a 3-run homer over the left field fence, make it 7-4 Nationals here in the top of the 5th.
Second baseman, number 50, Derek Mead.
So that's not how you want to start the game off if you're Dalton Precision. First batter you face takes you over the wall. And you've coughed up your lead now. Seven to 5. Derek Neeb, the left fielder, tries to square up for a bunt there, and he fouls it off. Nebo for 2 this afternoon, struck out and popped out to the shortstop. Little tapper. Precision takes it on the one hop, and he's just going to toss over to first base to retire Neeb, 2 down.
The first baseman, number 48, Bailey Fight.
So now here's Bailey Fight. 1 for 1 with a walk this afternoon. All that coming against Ben Dobrowolski, the starting pitcher. First time against Precision. And he takes the first pitch strike. Nationals take a 7-5 lead on the 3-run home run by Ben Fight. Second home run of the game for them. Pop deep down the left side and foul. 0-2 now on Fight. Go home from Precision is upstairs, 1-2. Teams for the next game starting to roll in here. Looking at about a 3:30 start for that one. On the ground. Hasty's going to handle that, and Fike's not even going to run it out. He's grounded out to end the 5th inning, so Nationals gain a 7-5 lead on the 3-run home run by Ben Fike. Bottom of the inning coming up from McMillan Park when we come back. Stick with us through the break. Hey, welcome back, baseball fans, to the bottom of the 5th inning, 7-5. Nationals lead the Anchors, and they just took that lead in the last half inning. A couple of long bombs are doing the trick for the Nationals here today. 5 runs on the home runs for them. Big cut by Dan Bocastine here. It'll be Bocastine, Nick Schwab, and Tony Brown. Those are the 6, 7, 8 batters who are due up for Thorold in this half inning. Another cut from Boak. And he's right through that one, strike 2. Bocastine 0 for 2 today. He's already struck out a couple of times. And that one falls down away, 2-2. That one's in the dirt, and it's a full count. A little bit of overcast coming to us here from Thorold now. Some rain in the forecast for this afternoon now. In there, strike 3. Collier cuts down Dan Bocastine for out number 1. Here in the 5th.
Number 94, Nick Schwab.
So 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Nick Schwab stands in, and I don't know if he hit the catcher's mitt on that one or if the ball hit him. But either way, Schwab in a little bit of discomfort. He's going to walk it down to first. That one does indeed make contact. Yeah, that's true. Second straight time he's been hit today. Schwab plunked back in the 3rd inning and stranded at first. Here he's taking a little longer to regroup. But he will take the march down to first base.
Right fielder, number 25, Tony Brown.
So 1 out. Tony Brown stands in. Brown is 1 for 2 this afternoon. Singleton scored in the 2nd, struck out his last time up. Here he rocks one down the left side, but that's slicing out of play. Nick Schwab over at first. And another big rip from Brown there, and he's in the hole 0-2. These Anchors are taking big swings today, and for the most part, they're being rewarded. Managed a few hits in every inning so far. Waiting for one in this one. Against Ryan Calder. This is only Calder's 6th batter faced so far, but he's been super efficient thus far. Upstairs now 2-2 on Brown. And it looks as though Woodstock has brought in the guy that they hope to close out this ball game. They've built up a lead now. On the ground, this could be 2. The second baseman steps on the bag for 1. And he just holds that ball as he wasn't in time to get Tony Brown. There are 2 down in the inning.
The catcher, number 4, Daniel Perjulia.
So now here's the number 9 man. This is Daniel Krasulja. He's 1 for 1 with a sac bunt. cut on and missed there. 1-1. The end of the catching today for Ben Dobrowolski, who pitched 4 1/3 innings. Did a really good job at holding his team in the ball game. Left with the lead. Up and in on Krasulja. 2 balls and a strike. Just trying to keep this inning going. If Krasulja reaches, it's Ryan Daly, the leadoff man, behind him. That one breaks in, strike 2. This is the second of a full day of games from McMillan Park here today. 2-2 is upstairs. It's a full count now on Krasulja. Anchor's trying to stave off elimination here. It's win or go home for both of these teams. Payoff pitch is cut on and foul. Krasulja just got a piece of that one. There's Ryan Daly on your screen. Waiting on deck. See if this inning will be extended. Payoff pitch again from Calder. Is popped foul again. A good waste from Krasulja there. Good crowd on hand this afternoon. And even more so now that some of these players coming on for the next one are filling out the stands. Payoff pitch again to Krasulja. 2 down in the bottom of the 5th. Breaking ball is outside, ball 4. Good take there from Krasulja.
The shortstop, number 93, Ryan Daly.
So 2 outs. And now we got runners at first and second. This is Ryan Daly, the leadoff man. 0 for 3 this afternoon is Daly. He struck out once today. Pokes that one down the right side and in time. He beats out the throw. Well, Bailey Fike, the first baseman, bobbled that one.
Second baseman, number 15, Dylan Dempsey.
And it made its way to the second baseman. Daly was just quick enough to get in ahead of the throw. So it's an E3. And it keeps the inning going now. Bases loaded and 2 down. So here comes Dylan Dempsey. He's done a bulk of the damage this afternoon. 2 for 2 with a walk, couple RBIs, and a couple of runs scored for Dempsey. And he cranks that ball into right center. That's going to get down and all the way to the wall. In to score, Tony Brown. Right behind him is Daniel Krasulja and Dylan and Ryan Daly. A 3-run double for Dylan Dempsey. Gives his team the lead back, 8-7.
The left fielder, number 26, Drew Kimlock.
Well, this is going to prompt a meeting on the mound now. That's the second extra base hit for Dylan Dempsey today. He's got 5 RBI, and he's pumped his team back in front. What a shot from Dempsey. That's a piece of clutch hitting that we've not seen from the Thorold Anchors this year very often. So inning continues now. Keep in mind, all of this coming with 2 outs in the inning. And this is Drew Timlock grounding to the second baseman. He bobbles and the throw is wide. He's safe. Dempsey's starting to creep down the third baseline as if he smells some blood.
The third baseman, number 29, Dan Smith.
Couple errors here for Woodstock, costing them huge. In stands Dan Smith, the third baseman. He takes the first pitch strike. Anchors with 3 runs in this inning already, looking for more. Taking inside. Smith 1 for 3 today. Single way back in the third inning. He's also got a strikeout. That one just a bit outside. 2 balls and a strike on Dan Smith, who's up with 2 down and runners at the corners. Big cut there from Smith. 2-2 now on the Anchors' third baseman. Two and two. 2 down in the bottom of the 5th. And Dan Smith rocks that one down the right side. It's tailing foul. Getting a bit overcast here in Thorold. Told some rain in the forecast for this afternoon, a change of our plans. I'll have to find some shelter for my lonely camera. 2-2 again, and they're going to say Dan Smith. Oh, no, they rung him up there. Yeah, strike 3. I thought for sure he went around. Good call there by the base umpire to ring up Dan Smith. So the 5th inning comes to a close. Anchors and Nationals trade blows. It's 8-7 for the home squad as we go to the 6th inning. Stick with us through the break.
Davis.
Hey, welcome back, baseball fans. Top 6 and our live coverage from McMillan Park here this afternoon. A do-or-die game between the Woodstock Nationals and the Thorold Anchors. 8-7 for the home squad. And this is the first pitch out. Swinging on that Bailey Davis and flying out to center
The
field.
catcher, number 13, Mitch Vandershot.
So quickly one down, and we got the catcher now, Mitch Vandershot. Another cool baseball name. But a pretty cool one earlier in that game in Niagara Falls. So again, it's a loser-go-home situation for both these clubs. Trying to avoid a 2-and-out here at the OBAs. Nobody wants to be that team. Of course, we already have one of those teams, and that's the Mitchell Astros. Booted from OBA play with an 11-1 loss to the Orioles. Just a bit outside from Procession. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one misses down, and it's 3-1 now on Vandershot. Anchors cling to a 1-run lead now. Teams have been seesawing all over the place. A lot of lead changes in this game so far this afternoon.
The right fielder, number 8, Craig Mindel.
So Vandershot draws a 1-out walk against Procession. And it'll bring up the number 9 guy. This is Craig Mindel. Craig 0 for 2 today, flied out to left field and reached on an error in the 5th. That error came back to haunt the Thorold anchors quite a bit. First pitch in there for strike 1. Procession's given up just the home run and now a walk since entering the ballgame. Retired 3 of the 5 that he's faced so far. He's looking for the very rare 8-out save. Popped up. Dan Smith's got to come in a ways, but he should have a beat on that. He does. Makes the grab for out number 2.
The pitcher, number 53, Ryan Calder.
So back to the top of the order here for the Nationals in the 6th. This is the leadoff man, Ryan Calder. Started the game at shortstop, and now he's the pitcher. He's 1 for 2 this afternoon, double and a walk. Couple runs scored for Ryan. Breaking ball doesn't quite break all the way. Ball 1. It's Mitch Vandershot over at first base, 2 out in the top of the 6th. Good strong throw from Procession, tails outside, 2-0. One thing the Nationals have done well today is hang in counts against anchor pitching. Shot in there for a strike, 2-1. It worked well against Ben Dobrowolski, the starting pitcher. And they pushed Procession into a couple of lengthy counts as well. Could be just something that they do awfully well. On the ground, Dan Smith has got time, but his throw is errant. Great job by Kevin Hasty to come off the bag and snag that one. And now you gotta wonder there if Ryan Calder caught the bag a little funny. He went down after he made contact with the base. There was no contact from the first baseman, Kevin Hasty.
Shortstop number 2, Tyler Lee.
And as a player, I've done that a couple of times where you step on the bag a little funny and you might twist your ankle a bit. So second error charge to Dan Smith today at third base. One of those ones was a little bit tough though. He tried to play it on the bare hand, a little dribbler, and he just couldn't handle it. That one was a bit more errant on the throw. Dan's usually pretty locked into that one. Keeps the inning going now, 2 down. Tony Neeb stands in. Takes the first pitch strike. Tony's been one of the hotter bats today for the Nationals. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI, 2 RBI. Another breaking ball from Procession. That one sails high. They got a shot at third, and they got him. No question. Good strong throw by Krasulja there to get the uncertain Mitch Vandershot headed to third. That's the way the 6th inning ends, bottom half. When we come back, Anchors enjoying an 8-7 lead here in McMillan Park. Hey, welcome back, baseball fans, to a great ball game here from McMillan Park this afternoon. Woodstock Nationals and Thorold Anchors locked into an 8-7 ball game, home squad leading it. And they're looking to extend their lead here in the bottom half of the 6th. They'll start things off with Kevin Hasty, followed by Dan Bocastine and Nick Schwab. Those are the 5, 6, 7 batters for Thorold here this afternoon. Got teams rolling in now for what's supposed to be the 3 p.m. start today. That one might be a little bit delayed as well, as we take our time getting through the first 2 games here today. That one bound stand. Looks like it may have hit the catcher, Mitch Vandershot, in kind of a sensitive area. He's keeled over and feeling it right now. Well, we've all been there as ball players, and that's one of the reasons why I wouldn't catch in my playing career. That one can't feel very good. So everyone back to their spots. Vandershot looks no worse for wear. Ryan Calder takes his spot on the mound. It's 1 ball, 2 strike on Kevin Hasty, who's 1 for 3 today. RBI single back in the first inning to get his team on the board. Cut on and miss, strike 3. Hasty down on strikes for the first time tonight. 3rd strikeout for Calder this afternoon, 1 down.
Pinch hitting for the Anchors, number 87. Adam Bartlett.
So pinch hitting for Dan Bokestein now. This is Adam Bartlett. Bokestein 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. Unsavory afternoon. They're maybe looking to just switch it up. See if they can get some more players involved here. Bartlett will also likely take over in center field for Bokestein. First pitch is cut on and missed, strike 1. Bartlett had a good regular season for the Thorold Anchors. Batted a team-high .350 in 40 at-bats. Little tapper. On the ground, Ben Fike is across the diamond. Wild throw. And that'll get out of play, sending Bartlett to second base. So E5 on the play.
And the designated hitter, number 94, Nick Schwab.
That's the 3rd error of the ball game.
Pinch running at second base for the Anchors, number 24, Max Dobrowolski.
Bartlett is promptly in and out of the ball game. This will bring up Nick Schwab. That one gets away, and Max Dobrowolski is going to make his way down to third base. So pass ball charged. Anchors, who are looking for a little bit of security here, have a good opportunity to extend their lead here. One out, sorry. Nick Schwab at the plate. Little tapper foul down the left side. It's been a seesaw of a match here today. Nationals broke the game open with a 2-run shot in the first. And then the Anchors took the lead in the bottom of the second. Extended it in the fourth, only to see it evaporate in the fifth, and then they took it right back after that. Anchors have enjoyed leads of 3-2, 5-3, and now 8-7. 2 balls and a strike to Schwab. Cuts on that one and misses. Swings right through it. And it goes through to the backstop, 2-2. Tony Brown waiting on deck. 1 for 3, a couple runs scored for Brown. The 2-2 home is fouled back to the fence. Thorold Anchors have had some clutch hitting all day today. In fact, all 8 of their runs scored, coming with 2 outs. It's the kind of clutch hitting that they've not enjoyed for the better part of this season. Breaking ball gets away from Calder, and now it's a 3-2 count. Payoff pitch to Nick Schwab is cut on and missed, strike 3. Good snag there by Vandershaw.
Right fielder, number 25, Tony Brown.
So third strikeout for Calder this afternoon in relief. And there's 2 down now. Tony Brown stands in the right fielder. And he pops the first pitch into shallow left. This will be trouble. And it gets down, a base hit. Max Dobrowolski in to score. Make it 9-7 Anchors here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
The catcher, number 4, Daniel Perjulia.
Still 2 down in the inning, and this is the number 9 man, Daniel Krasulja, the catcher. Dan is 1 for 1. A sack, bunt, and a walk. Runs scored for Dan. He's called a good game behind the plate today. That one in the dirt, 2-0. Anchors extending their lead in this inning, and they're now just 3 outs away from eliminating the Woodstock Nationals from the 2023 OBAs. Pop back and foul. Been a very evenly matched and fairly contested ball game. Here our 12:30 start on OBA Saturday. The go home from Calder is down away, 3-1. And you can see with every pitch, Calder's frustration growing just a little bit more. He has been knocked around in every inning. That one gets away from him, ball 4. It's a 2-out walk to Krasulja.
The shortstop, number 93, Ryan Daly.
Woodstock bringing the infielders in here to chat about this one. I had to deal with Ryan Daly, who's 0 for 4 today. Everybody's set, and there's 2 outs now, bottom 6. There's our first and second for the Anchors. Mentioned Daly 0 for 4. He has reached safely twice and has a couple runs scored in this ball game. Strikeout, ground out, fielder's choice, and an E3 on Daly's score sheet today. And he pops this one up. It's the left fielder coming in. That one's going to be trouble, and it's going to drop in. And to score, Tony Brown. Make it 10-7. Anchors here, bottom 6.
The second baseman, number 15, Dylan Dempsey.
So still 2 outs. That seeing eye single by Ryan Daly stretches the Anchors lead to 10-7, and now we got Dylan Dempsey, 5 RBI for DD this afternoon already. Looking to add to that resume. A couple men on bases right now. Shot in there. Strike 1. Anchors tacking on 2 more in this inning so far. Swing and a miss there from Dempsey. 1 ball, 2 strike. And with all of these runs coming in to score with 2 outs, you gotta wonder where this clutch gene has been for the Thorold Anchors all year. Popper foul down the right side. That'll get out of play. Dempsey stays alive. We mentioned his 5 RBI today. He's 3 for 3 with a walk, a couple runs scored, and 2 extra base hits. Chopper foul. Good cut to stay alive there from Dempsey. And there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, so runners will go on contact. In the dirt. 2-2. Go home again from Calder. Pop back and foul. Dempsey doing a good job to hang in these at-bats today. Got to be seeing the ball well up there with how well he's been hitting. On the ground. That's through the right side, a base hit. Rounding third and in to score is Daniel Krasulja. It's another RBI for Dylan Dempsey today. Give him 6. So another meeting on the hill prompted. Nothing going Woodstock's way here in the bottom of the 6th. And again, I mentioned the frustration growing for Ryan Calder on nearly every pitch. He's not gotten much help from the defense behind him, who've given up 3 errors since he's taken over on the hill. But that's baseball sometimes, you know? You can play a good game out there, but if the bounces don't go your way, you can wind up being on the wrong end of a game. And right now, the Woodstock Nationals feeling the brunt of that. I don't think Ryan Calder's pitched a terrible game.
Left fielder number 26, Drew Timlock.
Now here comes Drew Timlock. This marathon inning continues. Timlock 2 for 4 today, a couple RBIs. Got runners at second and third here, 2 down. Cuts on that one. And it's 0-2. Oh, 2. Little tapper. Foul. Timlock stays alive. This inning started about a half an hour ago. And we're still working through the bottom of the 6th. Anchors tack on 3 more runs. 0-2 again. It is chopped foul again. Timlock hanging in there. Anchor batters have worked very well against Ryan Calder so far. Came in relief of the starting pitcher way back in the 4th inning. 0-2 again to Timlock. Got him. Strike 3. Calder finally out of this marathon inning. Anchors lead at 11-8. They are 3 outs away from moving on here in the OBAs. 7th inning when we come back from McMillan Park. Stick with us through the break.
Number 2, Tyler Mead.
Well, welcome back everyone to the penultimate frame, inning number 7 here from McMillan Park in Thorold. It's an elimination game between the Nationals and Anchors, with obviously the Anchors up 11-7 at this stage. Dalton Procession back out for his 2nd full inning of work. Trying to help his team move on here. The winner of this one moves to the 7 o'clock game in Fort Erie tonight. And that will be an elimination game as well. Shot in there for a strike. This is Tony Neeb kicking things off for the Nationals. It'll be Neeb, Hartag, and Ben Fitch. Downstairs 2-1. That one is in there, strike 2. Got a packed park here today at McMillan. Made more so packed by some of these players getting ready to tee off. We're looking at about a 3:30, 3:45 start for the next one. Depending on how quickly this one wraps up. It's 2-2 on Neeb. Procession looking to cut him down. And Neeb sends it into center field. Going back is Ryan Daly, and he makes the catch, ranging to his left, 1 down.
Center fielder number 36, Ryan Hartig.
So 1 down. Here comes Ryan Hartig. Started the game in center field and then moved to short. That one bounces in the dirt, ball 1.
Perfect. And lineup cards are here. Everybody had their own list. So it's there for your board. Okay. Perfect. Thanks.
This one's sky high, left field. It's going back and it's deep, and it's gone. Yeah, that's a home run. Ryan Hartig's second home run of the ball game. It's a solo shot. Yeah. And it is now 11-8. Anchors leading the Nationals.
Third baseman number 10, Ben Fight.
That's the second home run Procession's given up. And it's a 3-run ball game now. Nationals might have hoped for some base runners there as they try to claw into this anchor lead. So first pitch strike now to Ben Fight, the third baseman. Cuts on that one and misses, and it's quickly 0-2. The Woodsley Orioles. Or sorry, yeah, no, that's right. Woodsley Orioles await the winner of this one. Again, 7 o'clock in Fort Erie for that one. Oh, 2 to Fight. The go home from Procession is downstairs, 1-2. Right about now, the Clarington Cubs and Barrie Angels should be getting ready to go too. On the ground, broken bat. Second baseman Dylan Dempsey in time to cut down Fike, 2 down.
Second baseman number 50, Derek Neeb.
So Nationals down to their final out. And they'll look to Derek Neeb, the left fielder. He's 0 for 3 today.
Pinch hitting number 51, Jesse Carey.
So yeah, we do have a pinch hitter here with Neeb 0 for 3 today. And why not? Shot into center field, and that's going to get over Dempsey's head, a base hit. So coming through with a 2-out single is the pinch hitter for Woodstock.
The first baseman number 48, Bailey Fight.
And now there's a runner on. So still 2 down, Bailey Fight. The first baseman stands in. Just a runner on first for Woodstock. Yeah, the first pitch is downstairs, ball 1. Pop back and foul off the screen, 1-1. Anchor's offense comes out of the woodwork today. Puts up 11 runs on the Nationals. Will it be enough to keep them in this tournament? Procession steps off and fakes the throw to first. Spiked up now, but it's actually the on-deck guy, Bailey Davis, who would represent the tying run. That one's away, 2 balls, 1 strike. He fouled one. The go home from Procession is on the ground. Daly backs up, and he'll just go to second to get the out in time to end this ball game.
Tonight's final score, or this afternoon's rather, the Anchors 11 and the Nationals 8. Anchors fans, the next game, 7 p.m. tonight in Fort Erie at Oaks Park there against Woodstock. We'll see you then.